I thought Konami was finally onto something with their ban list for the Legend Anthology event. Maxi was banned. And the only other event where Maxi was banned was NR format, and obviously it would be banned there. So I thought finally, and then I saw this card. All right, so we're gonna abuse this card to the fullest to get our gems. We're using Marincess, just putting out a massive towers backed by Kaiser. Probably the best way to take advantage of Kaiser. So here's an example. We're gonna normal Spring Girl, link off into Blue Slug, and I know what you're thinking. Why are we going to Blue Slug and adding our Spring Girl back? Well, here's the spice. We've a Mermail Abyss Teus. We can actually use it to dump our Spring Girl, the special itself, and then Abyss Teus will get us our Abyssine, which we can special summon since we added to our hand. And we already got the Battle Ocean, so let's go into Coral Anemone with Abyssine, and Abyss Teus. Anemone will bring back our Spring Girl. And Spring Girl will go into Sea Angel. And Sea Angel, for some reason, is not banned, so we can add Marincess Dive to our hand. We'll link off into Coral Triangle with Coral Anemone and Blue Slug. Again, Marincess is so broken this event because there's no Max Seed, there's no Ash, there's no Imperm. Well, I mean, there's one Imperm and 3 Veilers. That's pretty much the only thing. There's no Max Seed, no Nibiru. So pretty much all the high impact traps that stop Marincess are gone. And we can add Wave to our hand with Triangle. And let's use Dive. And hell, we don't even need to use the extra extender in our hand. This deck has so many extenders that we have extra gas after being able to make our towers. So Sea Angel and Pascalis go into Crystal Heart, and then Crystal Heart with Coral Triangle will go into Aqua Argonaut. And since Aqua Argonaut was made in the extra monster zone with Crystal Heart as material and Battle Ocean on the field, it is now a towers unaffected by all our opponent's cards. And also because towers eclipse from the grave, it's freaking huge. 4,300 towers with a spell trap negate and a monster negate that if they somehow out our Battle Ocean will still make the Argonaut unaffected for the turn. So yeah, good luck good luck beating this with one monster. And I should note, all the kaijus are banned. So, if you want to run Santa Claus, be my guest. So anyway, I'll show you the build. Alright, here's the Legend Anthology list. And before you ask, no, you do not need Ghost Moon or Moonlit Chill. I'm running this so I can flex on every single person that in the event, because I'm probably the only person that's going to be playing that has 3 of these and is actually playing them. Well, anyway, 3 Kaiser Colosseum. Damn it, Konami. So anyway, these are pretty much the only hand traps that are legal. So we're running all of them because this is a Cybers deck, and we do outbring for hand traps. And if our opponent's on Speedroids, that Crow, Veiler, and Mourner, and the one of Imperm is gonna wreck them. and that's pretty much the only other combo deck in the format, I feel. For the Marincess lineup, we're running all the good Marincess monsters. You know, the Seahorse, the one tank, the one MBT, the one Springo, the one Pascalis. I'm running triple Mandarin just because Mandarin is sort of it's basically an extender. Like, you just need 2 other Marincess monsters on the field, and it is a normal summon. Whereas Sleeping Maiden, it's an extender, but you can't like actually play this card by itself. You need other cards, so this is the one-off that we can dump with NBT, which NBT we can add with our one-off Signet Mining and our one-off Princess Dive. And speaking of that, we're running triple Battle Ocean because, you know, they limited Sea Angel to 1, so we're pretty much only ever gonna get to search either one of these, Battle Ocean or Dive. And it would be much better if we could just search Dive instead of Battle Ocean, since if we search Dive, we can just add Dive back to our hand every turn with Anemone, Pascalis, or Marbled Rock. So like, having the 1 Dive doesn't hurt us so much. But if we have to search Battle Ocean with our 1 Sea Angel, then we'll never get access to Dive, pretty much, unless we hard draw it. So yeah. And Abyss Shark is a really good extender, because you summon this, then you add Angler, and then that's basically 2 water bodies on the field for 1 card. So really good extender. And for the Mermail package, if you don't have the Mermail stuff, or if you don't have the Abyss Shark, like one of these 2 engines, you can just run Shafana. It's fine. Shafana is just another level. The level 4 doesn't matter. It's just another water body, essentially. The idea with Abyss Teus is, if you have any other Marincess monster, as you saw in my example combo, you could normal summon your Marincess monster, go into Blue Slug, add it back, and then pitch it off Abyss Teus. So that way, even if it's like something like a Pascalis or a Blue Tang, which can't summon itself after you add it back to hand, you can just ditch it with Abyss Teus, and the Abyss Teus will get you a Abyssstein, and when Abyssstein's added to your hand, you can special summon it. So that would essentially get you 3 bodies on the field, and with 3 bodies, you have a live Coral Anemone, and you have a Sea Angel search, so that automatically just gets you your towers right away with the Battle Ocean up. So that's really good. And Abyss Pike can search Seahorse. If you don't have any other Marincess monsters in hand, but you have like other random water monsters, then you can still Abyss Teus to add Abyss Pike, and then dump something to search for Seahorse, and then that gets your Marincess engine going that way. And Feather Duster is man, if someone else is on Kaiser Colosseum and we're playing the Kaiser Colosseum mirror match, it's gonna be like terrible. So you know, it's a bit cope, it's a limited card, we can't search it, but whatever. And for the extra deck, this is not this slot does not matter. This slot does not matter. This is very funny in the Ragna Zero in the mirror match is really funny. So if you play someone else playing Marincess and you make this, they just absolutely cry because they can no longer use Battle Ocean, or else they're gonna lose. And the rest of the Marincess lineup is pretty standard. This is what you see in a typical deck. We add 3rd Blue Slug because there's nothing else to add. They banned all the good ranked 4 EZs. Abyss Keeper is really funny. You can make this with 2 water monsters, so it doesn't have to be Marincess, and then you can summon a fish monster. So, you know, you can summon out Silent Angler with this and not be restricted, because when you summon Silent Angler with its own summoning condition, it locks you out of special summoning from the hand for the rest of the turn. But you know, if you summon it with this, then it doesn't count as it's not being summoned by its own condition, so you're not locked. But also, this is more for spot removal, because you can target a fish monster you control, so probably was one of the thing you summon off it, and then one card your opponent controls, and you can banish them. You know, another out to random jank that people are gonna be on. And also, I should know, Cyber Dragon is gonna be it's relatively common, I think. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure if the ruling is, if you have Kaiser Colosseum up with a monster, then your opponent cannot attempt to contact fuse away the Mega Fleet your way. Let's read this. Yeah, so by sending the above to the graveyard. So I don't. If you have Kaiser up, I don't think your opponent can attempt to Mega Fleet away your Link monster, as long provided it's the only monster you control. And yes, my royal wear was Cyber's Clock Dragon. Yep, clock. As for when you don't have Kaiser Colosseum up to block off the Mega Fleet, what you do is +1 monster into extra one. Yeah, so you put up your Link 4, one of your Link 4s in the EMZ, but then afterwards you also should have enough extenders to where you put a Link 3, most likely in Marbled Rock, in the zone below it, so that way you'll have a Link 3 and a Link 4 Marincess monster on your board, so that even if they contact fuse it, you will still have a body to where you can Marincess wave them, and then they won't be able to kill you through a wave, because Marble Rock can negate attacks, and wave makes Marble Rock unaffected, so there's just no chance they're going to kill you. And then next turn, because you're playing Marincess, you have ridiculous follow-up, you have Coral Triangle as a soul charge, you have this as follow-up, you have, you know, your most likely your Coral Anemone went to the grave, so then that's another ad, like, kill them back, basically. Yeah, that's another thing about the towers is you have a towers as long as the Battle Ocean is out, and Marincess Argonaut, Aqua Argonaut is also a spell and trap negate. So yeah, if they do something to out your towers, you can negate it, and or to out your Battle Ocean, you can negate it with Aqua Argonaut. Access Kotaker is not like, this isn't even good because you realistically only have one pop with this, since all your Link monsters are water. So yeah, it's this should be a quick, a fast, easy way to get gems. I think this is probably, you know, if it's not the best deck, it's one of the best decks, and it's by far the most degenerate strategy you could play. You could play this event. Let me get out. Let me switch this die for a glossy die. Yeah, that looks much better.